Sam Darnold, former Minnesota Vikings quarterback, owns consolation-loving Minnesota Vikings fans and sports fans everywhere with his recent comments. And I love it, and we're going to talk about it today. So hang with us, hang out with me, and I'm going to break down Sam Darnold's recent comments that are fiery and accurate and cut right through the heart of consolation-loving Minnesota Vikings fans. All right. But first, I need to talk to you about 5-Star Bath Solutions in Minneapolis because they transformed our bathroom in 48 hours. Not 8 weeks, 48 hours. And we love what they did to our bathroom. Complete transformation. We went from blue floors, blue step, moldy shower, handrails, one sink, brown vanity, ugly mirror, and they remodeled everything. And we had our bathroom back in 2 days. New floor, new tub, new surround, new shower head, new vanity. We went from one sinks to two sinks, which is our favorite bathroom feature. We love being able to brush our teeth and wash our hands at the same time. We love our bathroom. And we got it back in 48 hours. 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis. Contact them today and get a free consultation. They have affordable payment plans. It's truly the best. 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis. All right. Sam Darnold's comments. Let me read them. In a recent interview with The Athletic, former Vikings quarterback Sam Darnold admitted to his poor performance the last two games of the 2024 season. This I read from the Purple Persuasion Twitter account on X, which is the best Vikings account. And here's what it says. He quoted him and took a picture of the screenshot in the article of The Athletic. It says this: "For a lack of a better term, we laid an egg as an offense," Darnold said in an interview with The Athletic following a minicamp practice last week. "And I think for me personally, that sucks. I felt like we were a really good team. But at the end of the day," and this is going to sound a little pessimistic, but here it comes. Here it comes. Ready for it? "But when you get to the end of it and you don't win the whole thing, you failed. I feel like I could have played way better, to be completely honest with you. I feel like I didn't play up to my standard. I truly feel that way. I feel like I would have just played better. I would have been able to give the team a chance." The part that sticks out to me more than any other part in this article, in this quote, is, "But when you get to the end of it and you don't win the whole thing, you failed." I love that quote. I love it. Just last week, and really over the course of this podcast that I've been doing for 2 years, I have been so adamant that winning the NFC North and losing in the first round is nothing more than a consolation trophy. And Minnesota Vikings fans come at me and say, "You're not a real fan. You hate the Vikings. Go be a Packers fan." I love sensitive Vikings fans. "You don't know what it's like to be a sports fan." And I keep on coming back to the point that the worst team in the league and the team that wins the NFC North and loses in the first round is in the same spot and same position at the end of the day. You won nothing of significance. You won nothing worth bragging about. You're sitting at home watching the rest of the playoffs. If you are a one-and-done team in the playoffs and you're going home, even if you win your first game, you lose your second game, and then you're going home, what have you accomplished? The true fact of this situation is exactly what Sam Darnold said. When you get to the end of it and you don't win the whole thing, you failed. The Vikings went home after losing against the Rams despite having a 14-3 regular season. The 14-3 means nothing if you lose in the playoffs. Why don't we grade the Minnesota Vikings on the Patrick Mahomes scale? Mahomes lost another Super Bowl. And now everyone's saying he has a losing record in the Super Bowl. He lost to the Eagles, lost to Tom Brady. Did he lose another one in there too? I think it's 2-3. And my point being is that Patrick Mahomes is now being judged harshly because he lost in a blowout against the Eagles in the Super Bowl and now has lost another Super Bowl. Do you think Mahomes was just happy to be to the Super Bowl and say, yeah, we didn't win it, but at least we got there and, we gave ourselves a chance? Absolutely not. That is a losing consolation trophy mentality. And it's a mentality that the Minnesota Vikings have gotten too used to because they have not reached a Super Bowl since the 1970s. When you don't reach a Super Bowl since the 1970s, you try to redefine success because you haven't been successful for a long time. And you try to redefine it as, at least we've won a game, or at least we tried hard and we made it to the playoffs and we studied and we prepared, and even though we lost, we tried. At least we got there. At least we gave ourselves a chance. That's not success. Success is winning the whole damn thing. If you don't win the whole damn thing, you're sitting at home trophyless like every single other NFL organization, and that should be the standard. Even though Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings organization has made the playoffs 2 out of 3 years, either winning the North or entering as a wild card team, they lost both playoff games in the first round against the Giants with Daniel Jones and the Rams with Matthew Stafford. And they're going home, booking their vacations like all the other NFL organizations that did not make the playoffs. So my challenge to you as a Vikings fan is to not get sensitive about this podcast, but see this podcast as fact and go back to redefining success as winning the Super Bowl. Anything short of winning the Super Bowl is a consolation trophy. Oh, we won at least one playoff game. Oh, we got to the NFC Championship game. Oh, good. Is anybody cheering today because the Vikings with Brett Favre made it to the NFC Championship game? No. They're still pouting about the bounty gate the Saints put on him in 2009. The expectation for 2009 was nothing short of winning the Super Bowl. And I don't know why the definition of success has been redefined. I think it's because the Minnesota Vikings have fallen short so many times in a row that Vikings fans want to feel good about their team and want to feel good about themselves, so they redefined it. They redefined what success looks like. Do you think the Detroit Lions are happy because they got a first-round bye and then lost to the Washington Commanders because they made the playoffs? Absolutely not. So I want you to think about this podcast objectively. And I think that's the biggest issue that people have with this podcast. Yes, I'm a Vikings fan, but I think objectively. I'm not some homer guy that bleeds purple and has Vikings memorabilia all around my house and has Vikings jerseys and studies tape and watches every single training camp practice. Yes, I have a Vikings pennant behind me, but it's a background. I'm an objective thinker in all aspects of my life. I make a mistake in my marriage or raising my children. A simple mistake, not like a career-ending marriage mistake. But I look at it objectively and said, yeah, I should have done something different there. Or, yeah, I'll apologize to my children if I was wrong. It's okay to think of things objectively, and I'm an objective thinker. So I look at the Vikings and what fans define as success, and it's nothing short of a consolation trophy. That's how Vikings fans act. And Sam Darnold, with his recent comments, blitzed right through that and really expose it. Because when you get to the end of it and you don't win the whole thing, you failed. That's the right mentality. As a player, as a fan, as a coach, as a general manager. In 10 years from now, nobody looks back at the 2024 season and says, 14-3, that was successful. They did a great job. No, you look back on years, you win the Super Bowl. Nobody is going to remember 2024 in 15, 20 years because it wasn't a successful season. So those are my thoughts for the day. Thank you for joining this podcast and making it a part of your day. Remember, 5-Star Bath Solutions of Minneapolis. I hope you guys have a good day, and we'll talk to you soon.